Felt like my heart committed suicide and my brain just received the bad news. So, do you really believe the things you say you believe? I had to ask myself, do you really believe the things you say you believe? Because I'm stuck in this battle I'm supposed to be winning, but I keep sinning. Spiritual beast in the public, but behind closed doors, I'm a whore to my flesh, and I'm upset because I'm not the only dog regurgitating on vomit instead of digesting truth. And the church addresses porn like I've never seen a naked woman before, when porn and masturbation go hand in hand, no pun intended for the perverted mind. So I feel inclined to be the vocal cry to attest to the elephant in the room, something that nobody wants to talk about. This poem. It's a touchy subject. I'm willing to bet that while you're currently listening to this poem, there's a boy between the ages of 8 and old, heart is knocking on the doors of brothels, falsely looking for God. He sees them. A man created in his image, intended to give him glory. Eyes fixated on fantasy, lustfully searching for a moment when he could feel like he's the controllers in his hand. He clicks on sin. Heart searches an abyss of nothingness. A creature that believes he can conceive a creation greater than his creator. Your life is full with more moments but cold nights. You are more alone than you think. A man should not live off bread alone, but every word that comes out of the mouth of God. All sexual morality is wrong. You cannot compromise by saying homosexuality and fornication is murder without mentioning suicide. You're killing yourself, but who am I to judge you? But wait, who are you to believe that God is pleased with you pleasing yourself instead of going to him for satisfaction? Wait, let me back it up to paint a better picture. Let's go in scripture. In John 4, you'll read about a woman that is thirsty. She does not know who Jesus is, nor does she understand that he is an eternal well that could take away whatever thirst that she may have. Jesus speaks, tells her to go get a husband, knowing that she had 5, and the man that she is currently with is not her guy. I believe that Jesus exposed this to show that a temporary comfort will never fully satisfy. Let understanding read between the lines. God's solution to your loneliness is companionship with him. This walk was never designed to be moved alone. You will never have self-control if you let self control a heart that you have no control over. If your eyes are causing you to sin, if your hand is tempting you to fall off the internet, is what's keeping you from purity, I encourage you to cut it off and kill all that pride that shows you have made an idol out of yourself. Because too much touching of yourself can cause a loss of a touch and affection. I could recollect how many happy marriages have turned into abandoned promises. Honestly, how many times have you looked at things you told yourself you would never look at in a million years, but yet you find yourself staring again. Porn is like a gateway drug to all kind of perversions. My friend, you will either die to sin or die in sin. Quit killing yourself. Porn will spiritually diminish your health. Get rid of it all. Pride comes before the fall. I suggest you stop feeling yourself. Be broken. Abide in a faithful lover that loves you so much that he must hate the sin that separates you from him. Your I-do's don't reflect your love for the bridegroom who died so that you don't have to be alone. Satan has masterfully mastered the masses through masturbation and pornographic images intended for diminishing your ministry. The enemy is spoon-feeding you lies to appeal to your appetite for destruction. Pray grace before you eat. Grace is not only the ability of God to forgive you when you sin, but the very righteous power of God that could keep you from sinning for so long. For so long, I was a man that struggled with molesting myself for years. I cried in bathrooms, and at times I questioned, was I even a Christian? Oh, what a wretched man that I am. No other hope did I have other than stare at something so beautiful inside of Christ that when I look at it, it was like scales of pride fell from my eyes as I cried, not from sorrow, but I rejoiced at the truth that I could see a king that died for me, conquered sin, so I would never have to struggle again. And through grace, he showed me that some testimonies are not overnight successions, but some wars will be fought. Some wars you will cry. Some wars you will feel like you will die, but through Christ you will have victory. Amen. So now, when temptation reminds me of all the things that I lack, I could look to the hills from which cometh my help. I could stare at the beauty of Jesus and be satisfied. Amen.